Welcome to the Quench Life podcast. I'm Jillian, and with me today is Pam. Thank you, Pam, for coming on to the podcast today. We appreciate it. Welcome. So why don't you tell me a little bit about how you got started working out? Like, how did your interest in fitness start for you?
I started, 5 or 6 years before I started coming here. I used to go to one of the circuit gyms for women, and I worked out there, and then they closed, and my daughter-in-law got me to join over at Women's Workout World, and then I just followed you here.
Well, I appreciate that. Have you always had an interest in fitness, or is there specific things that kind of led you that way, or that you were looking for?
I basically started just to lose weight.
Okay.
Dieting wasn't working, so I started doing the circuit gym, which really made a big difference.
Yeah.
And I lost the weight doing the workouts.
Yeah.
There. And it was structured, and that's what I need is structure. I can't just go and work out.
Yeah.
I need something that keeps me focused.
Yeah.
Which you guys keep me focused.
Yes.
Very focused.
I think that's what a lot of us struggle with is that you show up, maybe in a traditional facility and there's so many options and things to do. It's kind of like, how do I get started, or what do I do to be successful?
Yeah, how do I do this?
That looks hard, or how do I go about this? So yeah, I can see how that would definitely be intimidating. So were you like athletic growing up, or were you?
Oh no. Not at all.
What did you do growing up?
Needlepoint.
What'd you say?
Needlepoint.
Needlepoint?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah?
Painting, made jams and jellies.
Oh,
I was
so
not
artist.
arts and craftsy stuff.
Yeah.
I was not a sports person at all.
What kind of needlepoint did you make? Now I'm interested.
Just pictures.
Yeah, you're gonna have to bring some in and show us.
Took some classes with my mom and my grandmother.
Yeah. And do you knit too? Is knitting?
No, can't knit. I tried that.
What's
I'm not that. Needlepoint is a canvas with yarn that you just follow the pattern with the different colors.
Okay.
Knitting, I tried knitting. I obviously can't do two things at once with my hands.
Okay. Yeah, so I think my grandmother must have needlepointed.
Needlepoint, or a lot of them used to do the, I can't think what it's called. It's not needlepoint though. Embroidery.
Embroidery, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, well that's a fun project, and you are super arts and craft with your grandkids and everything like that.
Yeah, those are my projects for tomorrow.
So what would you say to somebody that's, nervous or hesitant about working out? What have you learned over time with your journey through fitness that you could share with somebody to make their life a little easier?
It's not as bad as you think it is.
Okay.
And if you go where there's structure and they're there to help you, like here, then you can succeed in anything that you want to do. I mean, there's things now that I do that I never in a million years thought that I'd be able to do push-ups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and now I can.
Yeah, and it's a belief in yourself.
Yes.
Pam and I were talking before we started, because she gets here at 6 o'clock in the morning to get her workout before she gets work. We were just talking about different times that we work out, and you like to get up and get it done.
Get it done.
Before your mind kind of figures out what's going on.
It also makes me feel better for the day.
Yeah.
It gets me going. It gives me more confidence for the day because I've already accomplished something before I even get to work. I know I've already accomplished
and
something for myself for the day.
Yeah, and when those endorphins kick in too, I kind of, that definitely is like jet fuel.
Yes.
To get started for the day. And you have grandkids, so fitness helps you with them.
Yes, baseball, basketball, chasing them around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you have what, 4 grandkids?
5.
5 grandkids.
4 boys and a girl.
That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
So mostly boy driven.
Yes.
So that's
lots of
a lot
baseball.
Yeah.
They're all
So now you're involved in sports.
Yes. I always have been because my boys were involved in sports.
Okay, yeah.
So I just keep going.
Yeah, well that's fun. And you're a great grandma, right? You are with them quite a bit, which is awesome.
A lot.
Yeah, that's great.
Go to a lot of their games and stuff.
Yeah, supportive and
always
fun
out
like
on
that.
the field pitching.
Yeah.
I pitch and duck. The rule is don't hit it at me. You can hit it, just don't hit me.
Yeah. Try not to hit me. There's nothing like a ball in the face to ruin a day. So what is one of the favorite things that you like to do when you come into the gym? Is there something that when you're like walk in, you're like, ooh, good, I was hoping we were going to do that today?
I like using the machines.
Yeah.
Not so much the bikes because of my knee, but I like to be able to do the cardio. I liked when we had the 100 mornings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it really gets you going. It makes you feel like you've really done a lot. So I've missed the cardio part in the last few months.
Yeah.
6
well,
months,
with
7 months.
COVID, we have the restrictions with how far apart everybody needs to be. We've had to kind of quash that for a little while, but as things are lessening up and we're figuring out how to space, it's been a learning process for everybody, I think, during this time. So we're getting back. So that's funny. So which one do you? So you don't like the assault bike, but you like the ski machine, or you like the rower better?
I like this. I like them all. The ski machine and the rower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the
good.
Skier,
yeah, I like to row is my personal favorite out of those two.
Either one, though. Either one of those.
Yeah.
I'm not. The treadmill I'm okay on. Yeah. Most people think that that's like the best thing, and I would rather be on one of the other ones than the treadmill.
Yeah, and the treadmills, you know, I think a lot of you don't really go far, but when you're using the rower or the skier, you are getting a full body. You feel all your muscles kind of heat up as you're doing that and engage. So it gets you a bigger buck for your dollar for sure. So why don't you tell me what your favorite advice is for fitness? Do you have some advice that you would give somebody like you watching this that might feel like they're ready to get started but might be hesitant? Like, what's your Pam's advice for fitness?
Just do it. Just make yourself do it, because once you start, you feel better and then you get more confidence. And that's what I had to do, is I just had to suck it up and start doing it. And we started over at the Workout World doing the 9 rounds, which I was like, oh, there's no way I'm ever going to be able to do this. But I did.
Yeah.
So
it's like baby steps. You just have to
You just have to go as far as you can, do what you can, and then before you know it, you're there.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I could do that.
For sure.
Wait, I'll do a couple more.
Yeah. And how do you feel like with COVID and everything, like you've been doing with your fitness? Have you feel like you've stayed on track, or?
As my granddaughter would say, I'm a little fluffy. But yeah, I can do really good for 3 or 4 weeks and then go off on a tangent and not do anything at all. But I really need to do more my water and stuff, and I know I have to do it.
Yeah.
It's just getting back in the routine of doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's the biggest kerfluckle we're all kind of feeling right now, is there's such a lack of routine, with just our day-to-day lives, because there's just been so much changing every single day. Yeah. And getting back to that and kind of finding some mid-level with that is always hard to get going, especially because it feels like it's like a never-ending movie, I think is what a lot of people say. Like you're on Groundhog Day over and over again.
Just when you think you got a few steps forward, you go a few steps back.
Yeah, but it's keeping the steps forward that I think is super important. And did you work out, like the gym was closed for a little bit? Did you work out like while the gym was closed, or did you
I tried a couple days to do it myself, but like I said, I need the structure.
Sure.
I have all the equipment at home.
Yep.
Sits there. The grandkids use it when they come over. But I'm not good at making myself, even though I know I should be doing it. And I know you had the Zoom things, which I did a couple times. It's just something about being at home. I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, because when I'm home, even just like trying to work from home, it's like, oh, well, laundry needs to be done. There's dishes in the sink, so the counters need to be wiped off. So it's a struggle to like mentally shut that off and just focus on working out and doing that for yourself. So one question that we ask everybody before they leave the podcast is, what is your favorite exercise? Do you have a favorite strength training exercise, or one favorite super fun thing that you like to do while you're here?
Not really.
Not one?
I like squats.
Squats, all right. Who doesn't like squats?
The squats actually in the middle of everything are sort of like a rest period.
Yes, they can be sometimes.
Sometimes.
All right, I like that. Yeah, you're the first one who's voted squats, so we're gonna put Pam on the list down for squats. Well, I thank you very much for coming on the podcast today, and for everybody that is joining us from home, thank you very much.
Thank you.
There's so much information about what women should be doing to stay fit and healthy, it makes it hard to know what information is right. Join me, Jillian Russo, every Wednesday as I interview women who have finally made themselves a priority. Each episode contains inspirational stories from women just like you who have had enough and have decided to make health and fitness part of their everyday lives. I'll also be inviting other health and wellness professionals to share their stories and provide tips on health, nutrition, wellness, life, and much more.